Well, hello friends! Welcome to my first ever build guide for Hunter. Today I bring you a build that I've been obsessed with ever since I got the exotic class item with Inmost Light and Verity to drop. This build takes advantage of the ability spam that Inmost Light provides, and at the same time, both our grenade and our Gunpowder Gamble get a hefty damage bonus thanks to Verity, up to 100% more damage. See, Verity provides 20% damage bonus per stack, and the way we activate it is by getting kills with our solar weapons, which at the same time recharges our Gunpowder Gamble. See the game loop here? Then after we throw our massively buffed Gunpowder Gamble that deals 100% more damage, we still have the buff from Verity up, affecting our Swarm Grenade, which we can throw right after and will also be dealing 100% more damage. I've used this build to clear everything from GMs to seasonal activities, and it does really good. Especially with the seasonal artifact this episode, it buffs this build significantly. Alright, let's get into it. For our aspects, we will be using Gunpowder Gamble, of course. This will give us the big boom very often, as we get kills with our weapons and abilities. And at the same time, it acts as another ability that procs our Spirit of Inmost Light, giving us the Empower Abilities buff. For our second aspect, we will choose the Strand Clone because it gives us the survivability we need by taking aggro. All the enemies seem to really hate that clone. And of course, if they get too close, it explodes and releases threadlings, which will help top our dark energy for our Transcendence. For fragments, we will go with Facet of Ruin to buff the size of our ignitions and our Gunpowder Gamble. Facet of Purpose to get Frost Armor every time we pick up an Orb of Power, giving us damage reduction. Facet of Balance, this will help us keep our abilities topped up at all times. Facet of Hope to get our dodge and our climb back even quicker. Facet of Sacrifice to help us fill up our Darkness Transcendence energy. And lastly, Facet of Dawn for on-demand access to Radiant, giving us 25% damage buff every time we hit an enemy with our powered melee. For our other abilities, we go with Withering Blade for our melee because it's stasis damage, which will help us with our Darkness meter or our Transcendence, and also because it has 2 charges, allowing us for more activations of our Inmost Light. For our grenades, we go with Swarm Grenade because it's solar and will be buffed by Verity when we get kills with our solar primary weapon. Choosing this grenade makes Verity buff both our grenade and our Gunpowder Gamble. And for our super, we will go with the Stasis Super Silence and Squall, which actually deals competitive damage with the recent buffs it got. This also allows us to get Frost Armor when picking up Power Orbs. For our weapons, nothing beats a solar primary with Heal Clip and Incandescent in my opinion. My weapon of choice is the classic Luna's Howl, its origin trait being super useful, also giving us grenade energy with every kill. Heal Clip will keep you healthy for the most part, and allows you to play a little bit more aggressively because you can rely on it to keep you alive. For my special, I chose to go with the Euphony simply because it hits like a truck and it deals dark damage. But if you don't have this exotic yet, you can go with any other good stasis or strength special weapon. One that I would definitely recommend is the new craftable rocket sidearm, the Call. And for a heavy, you can roll with whatever you want depending on the activity. I generally go with a crafted Apex Predator, but you can choose to go with a machine gun for add clear or whatever you need for the activity. Our gameplay loop is pretty simple. I like to start with throwing one of our shurikens. This will give us Radiant and also the Empowered Abilities buff from Inmost Light. Sometimes it gives you ×2 with one single melee, depending if you score any kills with it. And also remember that all kills with our abilities contribute to charging our Gunpowder Gamble. Then proceed to get some kills with your Solar Primary to get the Verity's damage buff. At this point you should have a Gunpowder Gamble ready to go. Use it to delete big packs of enemies, and notice that throwing your Gunpowder Gamble doesn't consume your damage buff from Verity, meaning you can now throw your Swarm Grenade, which will also deal 100% more damage. And of course, pop your clone every time you need it. This build has a really dynamic gameplay loop. Give it a try and I'm sure you'll love it. For our armor mods, we will go with a Solar Siphoner helmet and a Heavy Ammo Finder, or you could go with a Special Ammo Finder, your choice. In our gloves, we go with one Solar Daughter mod to help us proc Heal Clip even quicker, and a Focusing Strike mod to give us dodge energy when we hit targets with our shuriken. In our chest, we simply go with resist mods depending on the activity. In our boots, we go with one recuperation mod, one solar scavenger mod, and one solar weapon surge. In our class item, we will go with one outreach mod, one bomber mod, and one utility kickstart mod. Alright, that covers this build guide for Prismatic Hunter. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this build and if I missed anything. As always, make sure you subscribe to receive notifications when I post more build guides in the future. I also wanted to tell you guys I should be back to posting regularly now. Real life had gotten in the way of my build guides this past month, but I should be able to get back to my regular schedule now with one video per week. I'll do my best anyway. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.